So, welcome everyone. This is the sixth conference of European Pediatric and Neonatal Cardiac Intensive Care. And as you all know, that this is quite a select conference which caters to the pediatric cardiac intensive care. Now, we know that this conference used to be held every other year, but because of COVID, we had a gap of few years, and now we have it conjointly with the European Pediatric and Neonatal Mechanical Ventilation, the EPNV conference. As you know, that conference has been running for some time now. It's the 16th conference, 16th year for it. And what I'd like to say to you is that whilst we're running conjointly, there is an option of joining whichever conference track you want, the EPNV or the EPNCIC. Now, the European Pediatric and Cardiac Intensive Care is a growing community. We recognize that within Europe, there is no specific dedicated training programs, fellowships, and usually the training and cardiac intensive care is combined with general intensive care, which is probably the way it should be. Having, now being part of the EPNCIC and being part of the Euro also, I want to develop a platform for cardiac intensivists looking after children with congenital heart disease or acquired heart disease to come together, and this is one of the first such opportunities. We had yesterday a workshop on ECMO, and today we had a workshop on pacing. And these are quite dedicated topics for cardiac intensive care specifically. And again, this is something which going forwards we would like to persevere and continue. So for those of you who have attended those workshops, please give us feedback. Now, this conference wouldn't be here if it was not for our sponsors. And as you know, you can see some of the sponsors already listed here. We have about 350 delegates, and as far as I understand, that majority of them are in person here, and about 60 to 70 are online. Now remember that the lecture presentations are all available for about 6 months after on your specific login. So if you have missed a talk here or there, then you're very welcome to get access to it later on. Okay, so I think, as you know, this is one dedicated track. We don't have multiple tracks for the cardiac, and we start with cardiac output, the right ventricle. We go on to ECMO. We have acquired heart disease. We talk about congenital heart surgery, residual lesions, and so on and so forth in these dedicated topics over the next 48 hours, right up until Saturday. So I don't want to lose much more time, and our first session is actually going to be on cardiac output and low cardiac output state. Now, I know that there are quite a few of you here, and I know that the country which has sent most delegates here is from Netherlands. So big cheer to the Dutch group for being here. And then next is the Swiss. So a big cheer, and I know that there have been quite a few conferences, so there's been, the delegates have been, spread out, so to speak, over the last 2 to 3 months. Okay, so I invite now Brigitte Stiller and Angelo to come onto the desk. They are going to be chairing the session on cardiac output, and that is the hemodynamics in the critically ill child. So Brigitte and Angelo, the floor is yours now.